So, I'll take 500. I'll take shit I didn't expect for 500, Alex. Because this literally, like, someone just posted a comment. I think it was Ian Green, a longtime subscriber to the channel. Basically said, "Oh, speaking of when I was doing my Orphan Blade review, Ian literally said, speaking of kaiju, did you hear that Kong is getting a Disney Plus show?" And I was like, that sounds like bullshit. That just straight up sounds like bullshit. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way Disney would make a Kong TV show. Oh my god, that it's real. Being reported by Variety, everyone. This just came out, like, as of this recording, like, less than an hour ago. Yeah, so I am shooketh. We are getting a Kong TV show for Disney Plus. I'm not joking. That's happening. It's real. Kong is going to be all over the place, basically. We have him probably showing up in the Monarch TV show. He's got his Skull Island anime series on Netflix. And now he's coming to Disney. And you may be thinking, well, how is that even possible? Like, how is it possible that Kong is technically a Warner Brothers character? How can that IP be used by other people? Well, funny you should ask. Kong is technically an in-public domain character. The problem is, the rights to Kong are so insanely confusing, I don't even know where to begin with them. As to quote Angry Video Game Nerd, him and his lawyer spent 3 hours trying to figure out the rights to Kong. They came up with nothing. So I just let that, yeah. So if you want to make Kong is technically public domain, but also, you're gonna get sued if you try anything. So, yeah. Kong is getting a live-action show coming from the creator of Paper Girls and James Wan. Yeah. The creator of Paper Girls and James Wan are coming together to make a Kong show. Now, all that we know is kind of basic. It is very much the basic, like, Kong story. It is very much like the basic Kong idea. It's the origins of Skull Island. We've seen that every time, and I don't mean to be shitty about it. It's every time we do something other with Kong, it's always I get why we can't go forward with Kong and Son of Kong. And these are going to be based off the Marion C. Cooper books, which, funny enough, also had a crossover with Tarzan, so just saying, Disney also made a Tarzan movie. I'm just saying, it could happen. If they're basing it off the Marion C. Cooper books, then, I would not be opposed to them crossing over Disney's version of Tarzan. I'm just saying. Anyway. Too bad we can't get Phil Collins on that movie, right? Anyway. So, yeah. I am completely shooketh that we are getting so much Kong-tent. That was bad. I'll go. I'm sorry. That was a bad pun. I'll go. I'm sorry. I'm better than that. I'm sorry. No, I'm just kidding. Could you imagine? Oh, memory foam. Stuck in the memory foam. I'm so professional. So professional. So professional on this channel. Yeah. Anyway. So, yes. Let's talk about the possibilities of Kong coming to Disney. Now, what doesn't surprise me, this is going to be a live-action show. I was actually kind of expecting that. They just said Kong TV show, and I was like, it's probably going to be live-action. And a part of me was hoping for a Disney animated Kong. Could you imagine that? Like, I know it'd be CGI, but, like, Disney's Kong. The fact that we're getting that in any capacity. And they did technically do Kong, did a Kong back in the 90s. Everyone remember Mighty Joe Young? That's technically considered part of the Kong continuity, because that is under Marion C. Cooper, who wanted to do another giant monkey movie. Here you go. So, yeah, they've done a remake of Mighty Joe Young, which I like. I like that. I get why people don't think it's good, but I like it. Probably because I have more nostalgia for it. Anyway, so, what could you do with since we're doing the whole, Origins of Skull Island. Like, what could you really do with the whole, we're doing the Origins of Skull Island once more. What could we do in that capacity? Well, just throwing this out here, just kind of tossing this idea out. Maybe Ga? Would Ga be... Please, Disney, you are the best person, and you would do... If any... Like, no one does anything with Ga. And if you're wondering, if anyone who doesn't know the whole, like, deep lore of the Marion C. Cooper Kong, Ga, it was basically the original god of Skull Island. He was the original ruler of Skull Island. He was like a big humanoid reptile. He's like something out of, like, Primal Rage. And Kong... He also murdered Kong's parents in some of the stories. So... Kong defeats him, and he kills Ga and becomes the new king of Skull Island. I think that would be a perfect foil for Kong to have as a villain, because you're gonna have dinosaurs. Obviously, this isn't going to be like a kaiju Kong. Those rights go to Legendary. So a kaiju-sized Kong is not going to happen. It's more going to be like regular 25-foot Kong, so you're going to have him with dinosaurs, and maybe, I'm pretty sure they're going to take liability with some of the other animals on Skull Island and play around with, like, maybe different animals that we didn't see. I'd love to see them do a version of the Spider Pit. Actually, I take that back, because I think I can't imagine what Disney would do that Peter Jackson already did. Ugh. Y'all, you admit it, when you saw the 2006 remake of Kong, you squirmed just a wee bit in your chair during that bug pit scene. Especially when, like, Andy Serkis's character is, like, getting sucked up by the leeches, and it's like it starts eating his head, and he's, like, screaming while he's flailing his mace around, machete around. Ugh. That got it for me. Like, that was just a horrifying scene. I think this would be really cool. I just wish they'd do something other than an origin story. Like, kind of like take the idea of Prey and set it like in the past, but it's not an origin story. We're just kind of going on an adventure with Kong, or we've had so many other people show up on the island. Maybe one of the other some random boat from the past show up. Since this is like maybe have it in the 1910s. Like, that'd be kind of cool. It's like set in the 1910s, where it's set during during World War I, and a group of soldiers are forced onto Skull Island after a storm or being hit by a U-boat, and they're like stuck on the island facing all these threats, trying to get back home. That'd be pretty cool. Like, that's a legit story right there. But since we're probably going to be dealing more with the Skull Island tribes, we're probably going to be dealing more with Kong's, the race of Kong that came before, like, Kong's people before they were wiped out. And again, just saying, kind of want Ga. I've been waiting for some Ga up in some capacity, so I'm just saying, Ga. I've said that's I'm just saying, like, just use that. Just do that, finally. Fucking please. So that'd be really fun. I really do think that Disney's gonna... Because this is, like, the Disney Plus budget, so they're probably gonna invest a lot of money to it. Hopefully they'll treat the FX teams right. Looking at you, MCU... Disney with MCU... FX... I also am very curious to see who the cast could be. I'm also wondering, like, how they can do this, because now, like I said, we're getting a lot of content from Kong, especially, and, like, it's kind of nice to see Disney kind of enter the giant monster game. I was kind of wondering when they would, honestly. I was really expecting them to enter the kaiju game in some capacity at some point, because I knew, like, when Legend... Actually, I think I know the point where they did decide to pull the trigger, was seeing the numbers that Godzilla vs. Kong made post-pandemic. They probably saw the numbers for GVK and went, we gotta get on that kaiju money, and we can get Kong. We don't have to. It doesn't have to be that Kong, but we can use Kong. Yeah. Because Kong is in a weird, nebulous, like, public domain thing, so you can use him, but you might get sued at the same time. It's difficult. I'm not 100% sure on how this all works, honestly. So, yeah, I'm really excited. This is like shit I was not expecting, but I'm kind of interested. So, yeah, you guys tell me in the comments below. What do you guys think of this news about Kong coming to Disney Plus? Are you guys excited? Are you guys not? Do you guys finally want to see? I bring him up every time. I bring up Ga every time I talk about a new Skull Island project. Do you guys want? Who would you want? Do you want this to be? Are you excited that it's going to be an origin story? Or are you guys not? Do you guys want Ga? Like I said, I bring him up every time. Sorry. But yeah, just comment below, let me know. Other than that, I am Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.